Everybody's going to ask you the tough stuff. Cal is famous for having a lot of things he repeats to the media all the time, especially about the team. You're not computers, you're not machines. What does he repeat most often in practice?
That is a good question.
Can you repeat it?
No, I mean he's always giving words of encouragement. I don't know if there's one thing that he has to repeat himself on every day. I'd say the one thing I can think about is catching the ball with two hands is one thing that I had to learn coming here. He's big on that, is that you don't stick one arm out to catch a pass, catch it with two hands every time. I guess he has some stories about losing games because a guy tried to catch it with one hand and got tipped away and they ended up losing off of that. So that's one thing when we do our warm-ups and stuff like that. He's always shouting to catch it with two.
And the only other question I have, is there any plans for you to give up your kidney to get that body fat down a little bit more for Cal?
No, I think I'm good. I think I did the 2 months of hard work to get down to where I want to. And now that the season's kicking in, we're playing every day, it's kind of just going to take care of itself.
Outstanding. He said you questions that I asked Reed. Yeah. And you've been around the program probably a lot more than other people. You know how Cal kind of gets a few little phrases he repeats all the time. You're not computers. You're not machines. What do you hear him repeat most often in practice?
I'm not sure. Pretty sure I think he has said a couple of times what you said. We're not machines, we're not computers, but that's about it. That's about all I heard.
Reed said something about he's always saying rebound with two hands.
Yeah, that one too. That's probably the most often one that's used because everybody wants to go for rebounds or try to catch passes with one hand.
So, ma'am, my last question, like I said, I don't ask the really deep questions. You're going to get plenty of that later. Yeah. If you could pick the walkout song for Cal to be introduced at Madness, what song would you pick for him?
Honestly, I'm not even sure, but probably, I don't know the name of it, but it's like, it goes like, I don't know. Actually, I don't even know which one I would pick for him.
Well, that's honest enough. What do you hear him repeat the most often in practice?
Just being able to compete every day. That's really what he wants all of us to do, is come here, work hard, get better every day, and by the end of the season, be the best version of ourselves.
Now, if you had the ability to choose the walkout song for Cal to be introduced at Madness tomorrow night, what song would you like to see him come out to?
That's a tough question. I'm not too sure.
He won't ever watch this, don't worry.
Right. I don't know what song or what type of music he listens to, but...
Well, it doesn't have to be. It's what you would like to see. It doesn't have to be what he likes. What do you think is most fitting for Coach Cal?
I'm not too sure. That's a tough question.
Well,
Coach Calipari mentioned attitude points being given to the other team. If you guys talk too much, who's the biggest offender giving up attitude points to the other team?
I'm sure you can probably guess yourself. We have a lot of people that talk on the court, but it's all fun though. Like, it's all just to compete. It's all to make each other better, and I love it. We have that competitive spirit. Coach never has to talk to us about effort or anything like that. We give that on our own. So it's just passion for the game, and it all helps us to get better.
So what do you think he has the attitude points? Because if it goes into a game, you guys might get in a little trouble.
That could be. I'm not sure exactly why, but he just likes practice to go smooth. We work hard already. It's just, I guess, there's no reason for us to really talk mess.
We know Cal's kind of known to get little phrases that he repeats over and over. What has he repeated the most frequently in practice so far?
He just says that a lot of people do certain things because it's easier. If I'm not all the way deep down in the corner, or if I'm sprinting the floor and I don't sprint, just little stuff like that, he'll say I did it because it's easier. He does that to other people as well. And he says that a couple times during practice.
And you've got the opportunity to be the first one to answer this question because nobody's been brave enough yet. If you could pick out the walkout song for Coach Cal to be introduced in Madness tomorrow night, what song do you think would be appropriate for Cal?
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's a hard one. That's a tough one. It's not even, I don't know, man. Yeah, that's a tough one. I have no clue.
I think people wanted to answer it, but then they stopped. Cal won't ever watch this, I promise.
No, it's not even that for me. If I had a song in mind, I would say it. But yeah, I can't even think of anything for Cal. He's just
What
a
song
guy.
should you walk out for?
Well, I'm walking out to Explosive.
There
by
we go.
Dr. J. So yeah.
Thank you.
2, 3, 4 years, but you know when you come in here and you kind of listen to what they tell you and how you should do it, if you can get out of here in 1 year, you'll be able to do it.
Appreciate it.
No problem.
Obviously, being the coach's son gets his privileges. And what's with the footstool? You're the only one that has a footstool here, and you're laid back, all relaxed.
It was just over here.
Oh, come on, don't say that.
I'm not tall enough. They make everything here for
Is
tall.
that what it is? Are you looking forward to this season?
Yeah, no, definitely. It'll be a good one for this year. We got a good group of guys, and they all like to work hard, so I think that's very important.
Now, are you hoping that the crowd gets to a point where they stop yelling "shoot" when you go up for a basket? This has got to be getting old.
I mean, you know, it is what it is. I can't control that, but you know, it's nice that they're happy for me when I get a thing.
If you had the ability to pick out the walkout song for your dad to be introduced tomorrow night, what song would be appropriate?
Soul Sister by Train.
See, nobody else would answer. I think Tyler wanted to, but he stopped himself. I think he's afraid that Coach is going to see this. And you know how your dad does, like to kind of he gets a phrase and it will be repeated for years
Oh, yeah.
and years and years.
Yeah.
What have you heard most often in practice this year?
Oh man, I can't think of one, to be honest. I would have to hear it. Does anyone else have one?
Well, let's see. Reed said, rebound with two hands.
Yeah. That is more so a rebound. It's like everything with two hands.
And Jamal said, you're trying to do it easy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Why would you do it that way? Because it's easier.
Yeah, there we go. I keep telling him, just be honest, because it's not like Cal's going to watch this or anything. Thanks, Brad.
How much has Cal changed over the years?
It kind of depends, I'd say, on the team, what kind of run we're going on then. But for the most part, he kind of stays consistent with how he's coaching, how he approaches games. All that stuff's always going to be the same. So.
What does he repeat most frequently in practice this year?
Two hands. Gotta get the ball two hands. Yeah, I'd say that's probably number one.
That's what Reed said.
Yep.
If you had the ability to pick out the walkout song for Cal tomorrow night at Madness, what do you think would be the appropriate song for him to take the
Cal?
stage? Yeah.
I'm just thinking, we were just in the locker room back there, and they were doing the Kentucky Derby trumpets, or what's it
The
called?
call to the post.
Yes, I'm thinking that right now, so I'm just gonna go with that because that was funny.
That's good. Most people won't even answer. I think they're afraid he's going to see this.
Yeah, it's my
Now
fourth-
Brad
it's my
answered,
fourth
but
year
you
now.
know.
I'm good, yeah.
Exactly.
I hear you're the best answer on the team.
I
That's
am.
what they're saying.
I am. I'm not trying to be cocky, but I am the best.
if you could pick if you could pick out the song that Cal would walk out to, what song do you think would be appropriate?
What does a man like him even listen to?
It doesn't have to be what he listens to. It has to be what song you like. You think that would work for him.
I don't know. Something yelling though. Somebody screaming. Somebody yelling.
Travis Scott, maybe.
Some heavy metal rock with somebody screaming into the mic. That sounds like Coach Cal.
And on that, what does he yell the most often in practice this year?
Two hands by far. If we're doing a drill and somebody grabs the ball with one hand, he's gonna start the drill over and say two hands.
To seem like more of like a basketball player.
What does Cal yell at you this year as opposed to what he maybe yelled at you last year in practice?
He hasn't really yelled at me this year. That's surprising me. I can't really find out what he yelled at me for this year. I think he's just probably talking too much in practice. That's probably it.
Doesn't get you for being two hands. That's what I'm hearing from everybody else. Two hands, two
Oh, yeah,
hands,
two
two
hands.
hands.
That's one thing he definitely yells at me for every single practice.
Now,
Well-
I think you were one of the guys who tweeted after the football team lost the other day. What has that been like for you guys to kind of watch that team and be in that atmosphere and all that this year a few times?
You know, the UK is just all sports. You know, we support each other, no matter if it's softball or lacrosse or anything. We all got to support each other because we know how hard it is just to be college athletes. So you know, I wish the football team the best. I know that's a tough loss for them just to lose like that in overtime.
Jamal name. Quick price. He probably said it was Quick, right? I don't know that. Quick, the only person that says he's the best one. Everybody else said Jamal. Easy. Maybe Brad said it was himself too. But
Brad said he was.
yeah, but I mean, it's really Jamal. If we just being honest.
Well, we know how Cal will get hold of a phrase and it'll get repeated and repeated and repeated. What does he repeat most often in practice?
You can't make them all, but you can't miss them all. That's the phrase.
And if you had the power to choose what song Cal had to be introduced tomorrow night at Madness, what song would you make him walk out to?
Kiki, do you love me? In my feelings.
Thank you for answering. I've had a hard time getting answers from everybody, but
Yeah, I think that definitely should be the song he comes out to.
How much did
Come back, just try to get on defense, try to get the points back.
What is the common exchange between you and Keldon on the court?
You know, he like, you can't guard me. You know, just talking. Just talking.
everybody talks about your defense?
Right.
Who's some of the toughest guys on this team to defend?
Keldon, you know, PJ. Reed is a big one. He's hard.
What makes him so tough to guard?
He's physical, big. Keldon, you don't know if he's going to shoot the ball, drive, pull up for the mid-range. Tyler is hard to guard. Emmanuel he's hard to guard. You know, we competing with each other every day, fighting for the spot. But regardless of starting or not, we just gonna have to come out there, leave everything on the court.
what do you hear Coach Cal repeat the most often in practice?
Probably fight, compete, things like that. Just something.
I've heard two hands from most
Oh,
people.
2 hands, yeah. When we're doing our little drills, you know, really just things to keep in our mind, like going on with practice day by day, so we don't have to keep repeating things.
And if you had the ability to pick out Cal's walkout song for Madness tomorrow night, what song would you like to see him take the stage to?
I don't really know.
It's okay, he won't watch this. You can, speak your mind.
I'm trying to see. Let's see. I'll probably like to see him do some hits. No, I don't know. Shoot, I guess. I say shoot.
Excellent.
Do you know what that song is?
I think he do. He really don't listen to music around us, so I don't know.
Well, at least not music made in this century.
Yeah.
There we go.
What do you think of the?
I got the best swag in here. I know that by far.
Zan's on the list.
Zan's on the list. by far.
one person said the same twice.
So who was your hero when you were like
Little, Allen Iverson. I love Allen Iverson. When I was little, I always watch the games, go to the games. He's a true role model to
Were
me
you trying to imitate him out on
all the time.
what part of his game?
Crossover, his scoring, his aggressiveness, his grit, everything.
Did it have to do mostly because he was in Philly, or just?
Just because of the person he was, the basketball player he was. If he was anywhere else, I think I'll still be my role model. So,
Today?
Yeah, he still is today, too, honestly.
You ever talk to him?
I talk to him, yes.
What's it like?
Cool, collective. You know, everybody cool and collective.
Yeah.
You know, so.
Thanks, man.
You know how Cal will get a phrase and it'll get repeated and repeated. What has he been repeating most frequently in practice this year?
2 hands all day, every day. He probably says that 20 times in a day.
And this one, I know you won't be afraid to speak your mind. A few people the freshmen are a little bit leery. If you could pick out the song for Cal to walk out to Madness tomorrow night, what would you like to see him come out to?
That's a good question.
It doesn't have to be a song he knows, because we know he doesn't listen to anything in the 21st century.
He might listen to some music. That's a hard question. There's so many songs for him. That's a hard question. I'm gonna have to come back. Can you come back in 16 minutes? I'll give it to you.
Okay.
kind of has to feel that way, though, for some of you guys.
Yeah, he's a couple years older than me, but I learned a lot from him, and I compete at him every day.
He's seen everything that you could possibly see already in a college game. Is that you kind of like lean on him for advice or just by example the way he carries himself?
Definitely, really helps me out a lot. Every play I kind of think I can improve on. He comes to talk to me and just stuff like that, just because he's been in the game longer than me.
Now, those of us that have been following the Cats for a while, we know that Cal Perry will get a phrase and it'll get repeated for years. Like, you're not machines, you're not computers. But what have you heard him repeat most frequently in practice this year?
Always he yells at us when we catch the ball with one hand. He got to catch it with two every time.
That's made an impression because I think I've had that answer 9 times today. So that's. If you could pick the song that Cal has going to be introduced at Madness tomorrow night, if you're going to pick his walkout song, what would you? Your choice. He doesn't have to like it. It's what you'd like to see.
Probably Walk It Like I Talk It. Yeah.
Outstanding.
Keldon says he kind of changes his personality when he goes on the court. Are you the same way? Do you do the same kind of like flip a switch?
I feel like I'm the same guy, both on and off the court with these guys. I mean, they know me. They know me in the locker room. They know I always have energy. I always have a smile on my face. So I just try to go out there and have the same thing going on.
You kind of get mean on the court a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, when we play somebody else, yeah.
Somebody else.
Jim?
What have you heard Cal repeat most frequently in practice this year?
Somebody will do something and he'll be like, why is he doing this? And everybody will be like, because it's easier, because he says it 16 times every day. So you just kind of get used to it and you kind of know what he's going to say already.
And, just one more, and that's it, and I'm done. If you had the opportunity to select the walkout music for Cal to be introduced at Madness tomorrow night, what song would you choose for him?
I have no clue. I don't even know what type of music he listens to.
It doesn't have to be anything he listens to or likes. What do you think just suits him? His personality, maybe. He won't ever watch this. You know that. He doesn't, yeah.
I have no clue, honestly. I mean, I don't even think he's going to walk out to any music at all, so.
Well, see, we're putting you in charge. You get to make him do it.
PJ, I'm taking a poll on who's the worst dresser, and your name has come up maybe once or twice. Let's see your response. And who do you think is the worst dresser on the team?
Well, I know Quade's probably said that, and I think he's the worst dresser on the team. And I'm definitely not the worst dresser. I'm probably the best.